Welcome back, Gale Force. Thank you so much for attending my presentation about Ike, the main character of Path of Radiance and one of the main characters of Radiant Dawn. Let's talk about his traits. In Path of Radiance, being your main lord, Ike is force deployed on every single map. Statistically, he's very hit or miss with growths that could go either way in terms of success or failure. His being sword locked doesn't help him, but fortunately, many of the early levels will be loaded up with axe users for him to smack down. Luckily, he does get the Regal Blade fairly early, which can allow him to combat the occasional Cavalier or Knight if the need arises. And around two-thirds of the way through the game, Ike will promote and should be a fairly consistent and strong combat unit from this point forward. There are many good skills that he can make use of, such as loading him up with an Occult Scroll to gain Ether, but the arguably strongest combos are Wrath and Vantage or Wrath and Resolve. Ike is, as the main lord, a necessity, but that doesn't mean he has to be a burden. His early contributions are owed to the many axe fighters and the Regal Blade allowing him to stand up to other foes on occasion. But Ike tends to get new swords exactly when he'll need them. He gets access to the Laguz Slayer directly before two maps filled with Raven Laguz. When encountering the Black Knight late into the game, Ike is given Ragnell to play around with. These factors allow him to contribute constantly, even if he's not as destructive of a force as Titania. Ike is also of vital importance for the final battle as one of the few units who can damage Ashnard. In Radiant Dawn, you don't gain access to the Grail mercenaries, and thus Ike, until Part 3. From the moment you do onward, though, Ike is a menace to all who encounter him on the battlefield. His growths were slightly altered, with his speed and resistance suffering for it, though the speed growth being lower hardly matters, due to him having his incredibly high base. He starts with the Eddard, a powerful weapon for his personal use, and gains the Ragnell again before the end of Part 3. Ike is ridiculously useful from the moment he is available in Radiant Dawn. The entirety of the Grail mercenaries are, but even among them, he's the best of the lot. It's entirely possible for Ike to practically solo the majority of maps in Part 3 due to the few and far between mages who are the only units that can even put a dent in him. Ike will, almost without fail, become your strongest combat unit for the entirety of Part 3 and will remain the strongest right up until the Laguz Royals join you. In conclusion, Ike is a bit of a mixed bag in Path of Radiance, though he usually evens out to being a good unit in the later half of the game, and he is almost certainly the best unit for the longest stretch of time in Radiant Dawn. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and click the bell if you'd like to get notified when I post a new video. A special thank you to patron 60 Sweep for subscribing at the Paladin tier, and if you would like to have a say in which unit should receive a PowerPoint next, check out my Patreon. For just $1 a month, patrons will get to vote on a specific unit to gain a PowerPoint next, as well as get to see videos 2 weeks early and access to the community Discord. The links will be in the description down below, and have a great rest of your day.